Chapter 8. Your Living Life List. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. Henry David Thoreau. The sequence should be making sense to you now. From your primary pivot point to your 3 reasons to giving voice to your gifts and talents, we now move on to your Living Life List. The Living Life List is how you spend your precious time on this planet. Let's begin our list by developing more specific full expression goals. These ambitions can be anything, but ground your list with an honest connection to your gifts and talents. In other words, some things would be nice to be, like a famous actor or a musician or an astronaut, but are these solidly within the fullest expression of your gifts and talents? Perhaps, and if so, write them down. If your appetite for exotic flavors and food is lacking, then going to chef school may conflict with your fullest expression and lead to disappointment. On the other hand, if you love the language of math and love explaining and simplifying math to others, then becoming a math teacher should definitely be on your career radar. From my earliest memories, extreme forms of physical movement have captured my imagination. In my early years, I naturally migrated to adventurous activities like climbing, skateboarding, surfing, and parkour. Later, I was drawn to adventure sports like paragliding, hang gliding, base jumping, and skiing. I love to teach, coach, and mentor. I also love to write, especially poetry. It's not a burden. Music is also one of the passions and fullest expressions of my life. I love writing, recording, and performing live music. It works mainly because all the hard work behind the scenes is joyful and full of pivot points. And the best part is that it all connects back to the source of my primary pivot point, my main purpose for being here on this planet, and connecting it all with the fullest expression of my gifts and talents. The ideas and categories are endless. Creating wealth, philanthropy, farming, carpentry, sewing, science, art, travel, health, writing a book, learning to scuba dive, running marathons, building a nonprofit, starting a business, rearing your children, loving your marriage, finding the perfect partner, and on and on. This list is not so much a bucket list, but a highly procured, living with connected purpose list. Bucket lists, as I understand them, are more of a one-off list and a bit limiting for our purposes here. The primary purpose of the Living Life List is the pursuit of mastering activities, avocations, and professions in our lives supported by our gifts and talents. Here is where the fun begins. But another word of caution, this can quickly turn into a massive list. A helpful method is to have a staging list, the list where you dreamstorm big and write it down. Then over time, thoughtfully move one item at a time to your official Living Life List. Your Living Life List is a ground-truthing exercise. Each item you choose to add to this list must thoroughly be vetted by your primary pivot point, 3 reasons, and in synchronicity with your gifts and talents, all flowing in seamless alignment. One last thought. Your gifts and talents list and your Living Life List are ever-growing and changing over time. These are dynamic lists that will grow and change over the years as you travel through time and discover new things about yourself and the world around you. Keep your journal and pen handy, as you never know when glimmers of your next life chapter will catch the corner of your eye. If you're following with the written book, below is my completed pivot point process table. Keep in mind that the Living Life List will grow over a lifetime.